Okay, when you're going to cut the plasma pieces for the end cap and the louver, you're going to go ahead and open this computer up. If this computer is not on, you're going to have to use this login information in the bottom left. You're going to click on this little icon on the bottom right of the toolbar. You're going to launch the program. It's Aspire. You're going to say create a new file. Okay, it's a 24 by 24 outline. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to import vectors. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to import vectors. I'm going to click import. I'm going to go ahead and click on plasma. I'm going to click on 24 special projects. Excuse me. I'm going to click on plasma DXF files. I'm going to put in here the end cap open bottom. Okay, it's imported down here. I'm going to select it. I'm going to say transform. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it up to the bottom left. I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to hit Control V. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to move that one up. We want to stack them as close as we possibly can. The other two files we're going to use are the louvers. This is based on this type of layout. You might have to configure these to meet the metal. Okay? So they might have to go 4 wide. I'm going to click on import vector. This time I'm going to go to the louver. I'm going to drag it over on top of these. I'm going to click Control C, Control V. I want 2 of each. Once I have those files in there, I'm going to go up to the toolpaths tab. I'm going to click show toolpaths. I'm going to click on the contour. I'm going to go ahead and say calculate. Oh, I need to select them and then calculate it. And then I'm going to go ahead and press play so we can watch them cut it out on this. Okay, this is what it's going to cut. It just previewed it. I'm good with it. So now that I know it's going to cut, I'm going to say close. I'm going to click on this little save icon right here, and I'm going to say save toolpath. Under this, I'm going to go to plasma 25. I'm going to call this second hour stack. And that's because all of these are stacked up like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the CNC controller. I'm going to turn on the plasma cutter. I'm going to come back to the computer. I'm going to click on this little CNC icon with the Christmas trees by it. It's going to launch the program today, anytime. Okay, it's going to launch the program. I'm going to click on this little suction cup right here. That's going to connect it to the CNC controller. I'm going to click on this little file right here. I'm going to open my file, second stack. There are my pieces. There's my code. I'm going to use my X and Y to go to the bottom left to where I want to cut. I'm going to Y down. I'm going to X over. I'm going to go down on the Z. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this dry run right here, dry run. And I'm going to say set 0 all. And I'm going to dry run it to make sure it's not going to cut off of the machine or off of the metal. So I press play. It's going to dry run. We're going to make sure it's not going to cut off the edge of the metal or cut into the other pieces. Looks good so far. Looks good. Dry run complete. Run our Y-axis back down to the bottom left-hand corner. Carson, go turn on that vent. Say set 0 all. I'm going to Z down a little, and then I'm going to say set 0 all. I'm going to uncheck dry run. I'm going to press play to run the program. Actually, one other thing I want you to do. Drop the feed rate down to 50% right here before you run the program. Okay? He turned on the vents. I'm going to run the program. There's going to be a fair amount of sparks coming out here. I would suggest everybody takes about 2 steps back. Okay? Thank you. Here we go. good, let it run.